Hi guys, good evening. Welcome to another episode of 99 Yellow Cars. And as you can see, I have a special guest with me tonight. It's Toto Karangdang of PlayMD. Hi Toto.
Hello, Gabe. Hi. Thanks for inviting me. And
Of course, of
hello to
course.
your viewers and listeners.
All right. Actually, Toto is a good friend of mine. But let him introduce himself. So, Toto, take it away.
Um, so in terms of PlayMD,
No,
or
what are you currently doing?
hi, I'm Toto Kalandang. I am Gabe's friend and teammate at Bimpo Improv, which is like a improv made up of Pinoy Bears, but that's another story altogether. Basically, maybe I'll introduce myself as we go along, but basically that's it. So I am a physician, and I am an improviser, and recently and nowadays I um, delve into applied improvisation, but I'll probably talk about that more in a bit.
Okay. So, that's Toto for you. So, as you all know, Toto is one half of PlayMD. But right now, since he's already here at my place, siya lang interview ko, di ba?
Yes.
So, let's start.
Mhm.
What is, what is, what is PlayMD?
PlayMD is we're a partnership, or there's two of us. That's me and Alin Lomboy, my partner in PlayMD, and we are a duo of physicians and improvisers, and our goal is to um, bring the tenets and principles of applied improvisation or improvisation to healthcare, to Philippine healthcare, in order to promote and improve collaborative, um, communicative, and cognitive pathways in healthcare delivery.
Okay. It really sounds interesting. Kailan ba nag-start ang PlayMD?
See, um, we started 3 years ago, around August, or even before that.
That's 2020.
2020, so
Yeah,
3 years. Yeah. So what happened was, um i I graduate. I was back then. I've been like several years a graduate of Third World Improv, which
Yes.
is a school for improvisation. Tapos in Pangasinan, I have also this friend, si Alin Lomboy, who's also an improviser and also a graduate from the same institution.
Yes.
At the height of the pandemic, di ba biglang nag-lockdown, so nagbago yung schedule natin,
Yes.
yung lifestyle, no? And we couldn't go out. We couldn't see our friends. We can't go out to watch movies or go out to coffee shops and have or eat out, no? So everyone was really scrambling on how to deal with this new disease. It was especially hard for healthcare providers or frontliners because during that time, a lot of us were getting sick. Maraming nagkakasakit and even namamatay.
Right.
And ang taas ng stress because if you go on duty sa hospital, you were afraid of catching it, and you were also afraid of, bringing it home. Na
Right.
baka mahawa yung families. No? So we noticed that our stress levels were really increasing, and walang ways of relieving stress, no, de-stressing. So I talked to Alin and I said, why can't we gather our friends online? Because back then, nauuso na yung Zoom, right?
Right.
Right. So kakauso lang ng Zoom, and people were migrating online, no, from face to the virtual realm. So sabi ko, maybe we can do like a 1 hour de-stressing session, virtual, via improv games. So we'll just probably play a number of improv exercises. So we gathered around 8. I can't remember if it's 8 or 10 um, physician friends, and we played for the first time. And what was targeted to be just a 1 hour session actually extended to around 3 hours. And then it was they had so much fun. We had so much fun, and apparently the impact was significant.
Right.
So they started recommending us, Alin and I, to our other friends or their colleagues. Some of them got us for their residents in their departments in other hospitals. No, so from there, they scheduled other sessions, and from there it kind of grew and grew. So
Right.
yun, so basically that's what happened. That's the start of PlayMD.
So how many parang sessions or workshops have you done?
Oh, I can't remember. I don't have an exact number.
Yeah.
But can I just talk about what we've done?
Yeah,
Right
sure.
now, probably. We've had a number of sessions with different groups, meaning may mga ranging from medical students to medical interns. Most of our groups are residents, no? Residents, and also consultants. We've also played with nurses and paramedical staff, and also with high school students and their
Right.
parents. No, we've probably had more than 250 or 300 participants virtually, and we've reached hospitals and departments from Luzon to Mindanao.
Yeah.
Yes, Mindanao. And aside from that, we've been able to present at PCP conference online. We were able to do a mixed hybrid face-to-face and virtual lecture in Iloc, in the ITRMC hospital. We were able to also do Celebrate Hospital Week at the same hospital, and we were also able to, we were published. We wrote a paper about our experiences,
Right.
and it was recently published last year.
Congratulations.
Thank you, at the Diliman Review. So
Very proud.
we're kind of proud of that. Yun, so because at the onset, what we really wanted and what we aimed is to be advocates and bring in medical improvisation to Philippine healthcare. And we recognize the fact that in order for us to do that, we need to put out papers, hopefully contribute to the existing body of knowledge about applied improvisation, medical improvisation, and clinical improvisation.
Okay. Thank you for that. Dun sa mga nakausap nyo, right, na medical professionals and mga frontliners,
Right.
what's the parang pinaka-common factor na, what's the most common story sa kanila?
I don't know about really the common story, but what we encountered a lot, or when we were doing this, kasi what happened was, usually the consultants or like a training officer would invite us to hold a session
Right.
with their residents. So
Yes.
what we would do is we would ask the contact person kung ano yung goal.
Yes.
Kasi what we didn't really want to happen is just for people to get us and make them laugh. So parang it's just gonna be like a play session or like a game, parang game masters kami. It's not that. You know, what we wanted to do is we wanted to set specific objectives per session.
Right.
So
parang customized.
right.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to do is we wanted to hit those objectives using the umbrella of improvised play, so that hindi lang siya fun, it's de-stressing, but at the same time, we hope na it would be an experiential learning, because we believe that when we play, we take away judgment. You know, like kids, when they
Yeah.
play,
Well,
parang walang judgment. So because of that, when you take part that aside, especially mga self-criticism or judgment, you become more open to the whole experience. And when we are more open, then that's when the whole thing becomes a deeper learning process. And that's what we aim every time. So sa past sessions namin, we've dealt with just as simple as de-stressing session to the study of resilience in the time of the pandemic. We've also tackled forming connections even though we're isolated, strengthen teamwork and collaboration. We dove into status, how important status is in teamwork, etc. So, and also empathic communication, which is one of our main goals, is actually to be able to add to the toolkits of medical students, healthcare providers, and practitioners, so that they have easy access to whatever they need in order to do empathic communication with colleagues, teammates, and especially patients.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned emphatic communication as
empathetic, yeah.
One of your goals, or one of the goals of PlayMD.
Right. One of the things that we want to help with.
Right. What are the other goals, if you could just discuss?
Right. So when we started kasi, diba, we started with the goal of de-stressing.
Right.
So we just wanted really to provide a venue for people to just have fun.
Correct.
At a moment in our history where we have never encountered anything like it. So parang everything was closed down. So we just really wanted to help support people or help people who help others, right?
Correct.
So now that we've done several sessions, and I'd like to think that at least we're getting known for that.
Yeah.
So the hard part there before was really introducing to people what the concept of what improv is.
Right.
Because whenever we started with improv or with our session, natatakot sila like, hindi ako magaling umarte or hindi ako nakakatawa. No? But it's not really, improv is not really about that. You know? It's about just yes ending, just saying yes to what is given to you and then contributing to it. Hopefully using your experiences and your knowledge and wisdom.
Correct.
And you don't have to be funny. You just have to be in the moment. So when somebody is watching you or other people will see that and then they form connections because, you know, they also experience the same thing, that's when humor comes out. So we're lucky enough to have these tools because it really brings people together and opens up. So now that we've had several sessions and we've done several talks, we think that at least we've had enough time to introduce improvisation. So now our goal is to make people realize that it's not just all fun and play and games. No? We want them to know that through the vehicle of applied improvisation or improv tenets, principles, and exercises applied to daily life, we hope that we can actually explore how this can help them reach certain goals that are necessary and vital in their field. So for example, we want to teach medical interns or medical students going into internship how the principles of improvisation, specifically yes ending, how it can help them become better listeners, how they can help them function better in a medical team or when the moment requires it. Empathic communication, how they can actually take care their patients more or better. How and eventually how to become better doctors. No? I believe personally that yes and the tenets of improvisation offer a very, very nice blueprint or roadmap, not only on how to become good physicians,
Mhm.
but also good human beings. So that's our advocacy actually. So yun, aside from empathic communication, there's teamwork, there's also collaboration,
Right.
right?
Ang
And
klaseng collab to.
team collaboration, and how to work together as a team. But also, an important thing that we also want them to take away is collaboration with patients.
Correct.
Kasi
Yeah.
it's not only about like working with, let's say, paramedical staff or nurses or medical staff like residents, fellows, and consultants, but it also hopefully through the course of PlayMD, we want people to go away thinking that healthcare is really a partnership and a collaboration. It's not just one person telling the other person what's good for you. It's really communication between partners on how to promote healthcare and prevent and cure disease. So, as a physician and as an improviser, I firmly believe that improv or applied improvisation can offer or can be such a huge tool in this sense.
Correct. Thank you. So, sa course ng sessions nyo with PlayMD, is there any specific or pinaka-memorable thing that happened?
Oh, um, there are several. I'm sorry, I can't really say the specifics, but
Yes.
there are instances that I remember that really touched us. No? So, like for
Okay.
example, there was one time when we were playing virtually online with a group in Mindanao, and I remember like there's this resident who couldn't go home to Manila.
Mhm.
I can't remember if it's Manila or somewhere besides it's really far because back then we were traveling was restricted.
Yes.
So what happened was parang she was hesitant to play because she wasn't really in the mindset to play because she was worried. She was worried. She was angry. She was apprehensive.
Mhm.
So we were just doing games and doing exercises. And what happened was at the end of the session, some of the people were teary-eyed sharing. Because usually when we do exercises, or sessions, we do exercises. And then when we do debriefs, which is the more vital component. No? It's not really about the playing of the games, but it's actually what you realize about yourself and about others
Correct.
when you play or because of playing. So what happened was it was such a big release for her. She said that it was the first time for her to really laugh in such a long time. And for frontliners and healthcare providers, that was very important because when we started PlayMD, the whole healthcare was really concerned about the infectious disease. The thing was though, and even if you can research, there's like studies that came out, a lot of the frontliners and healthcare providers started having mental health consequences because of the disease.
Oh, wow.
Because it was such a burden,
Yeah.
like the fear of getting sick, of dying, of getting your family involved. So we realized that we were providing a safe space for people to just really distress and play. At this juncture, I just wanted to say that medical improvisation is not therapy,
Yes.
but it is therapeutic in the sense that we've noticed a lot of good effects on people, especially their positivity, laughter, etc. So yun. And then so when she was doing her debrief, she was crying and she was really there's like a huge sense of relief.
Yes.
There's another resident, the guy who said to us that they're not after that session, they were more than ready to face their duties the following day because I think it really energizes them.
Correct.
I've heard a consultant who was surprised because of those sessions, a lot of the residents were opening up. And it was the first time for her to hear these from her residents. So and because of that, she knew better how to take care of them and address their concerns. So, and those are the things that really propel us to continue. You know, that it's really, I've always said that improv is such a gift, but when you share it with people, that's when you really realize what, you know, what its meaning is, what its worth, you know. So I consider myself lucky that we were able to meet and play with these people. But not only that, but they allowed us the opportunity to share the gift and the joy of improvisation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, we talk about improvisation, diba? Ano yung parang nag-prompt sa'yo to get involved or dig deep into improv?
Improv.
And how has it changed or affected your life?
Oh, okay. I got into improvisation, the performative, or we talk about performative,
Yes.
sige. Sige, before that, siguro let me define what improv is.
Yeah, what is improv
Okay.
for you?
For me? Well, improv is a form of theater, of unscripted theater, that is unrehearsed and unprepared, where usually performers or improvisers take a suggestion from the audience and they create and collaborate scenes together. They form scenes based on the suggestions and in front of the audience. So I began my journey because when I was a resident, when I was a resident, I was able to watch a show by Spit, Silly People's Improv Theater, which is the best improv group in Manila, in the Philippines, and they started Third World Improv. So I kept watching show after show, and I was really amazed at how these people can come up with technically scenes and plays without without rehearsals, without the script. And I just really wanted to find out what goes behind the scene, right? And then finally, when they this was before Third World, Gabe Mercado, the founder and their head, he offered an improv weekend, like a workshop.
Yes.
Or I can't remember if it was like 2 consecutive weekends, Saturday, Sunday. So 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays, which I took because I was just really curious as to what goes on behind the scene.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun. And that's when I realized what improv really is. It's not about being funny. It's not about, making people laugh deliberately. But it's really just about being in the moment and being your authentic self. So soon after that, when they started the school, I was convinced to join because I still really was curious about how to do it.
Right.
And when you go through the school, they have their showcases. There are 5 levels, so you get to bond with your group, and then sooner or later you tend to look for it. Like you get this love for performing, and that's it. But
anong year to?
I can't remember.
Was it like 2017, 16?
No, this was before the pandemic.
16, 17?
I can't remember. I think around 2015,
Oh, okay.
2016. I can't remember exactly. But yun, and then so that was the performative aspect of improvisation, which I really love and miss. And so what happened was there was one time when Gabe Mercado invited me and to help out facilitate a team building session in Baguio.
In Baguio
Yeah,
City,
and since I'm based in Dagupan, it was just easy for me to go up and
Go
help,
there,
right?
yeah.
And at first, I really didn't know what to do, but watching Gabe Mercado handle like a crowd and effortlessly explain what improv is and guide them through the process and make them do the games, and it was such a beautiful thing to witness. I mean, he's really good, and it really made me realize how powerful a tool improvisation is.
Yes.
So, um, because of that, I was hooked with applied improv. Like I said, you know, um, you can actually wield this tool not only for performative purposes, not only you can just put on a show for just to put on a show, but actually to help people realize things about themselves and about your goals and their goals. And so and then this was the time when we started Bimpo,
Correct.
right? So what we did was with Bimpo, so there's like um graduates of third world limited improv, that's me, Rai Kapulong,
Yeah.
then Viador, Tams,
David.
yeah, si Tams and si Jan. We wanted to share the gift of improvisation with the community. So that's when we started doing weekly sessions. Remember, you were there, right?
I was there.
So,
I actually joined.
yeah.
Was it an opening? Second open invite?
Second, second.
I wasn't there. I
open
wasn't
invite.
available in first.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
So because of that, what we did was we would read more. We would study, like watch videos or read books, so that pag sa session natin, we would try to implement exercises.
Mhm.
And I think that cemented my love of sharing and teaching improvisation.
Yes.
So
Thank you for that.
yeah. So I think that's how it began for me. And then the pandemic hit, and that's when we started PlayMD.
Yeah. Well, thank you. So ngayon, ang gusto ko itanong is how has PlayMD impacted your
Me.
your
Can
point
I
of view?
sige.
Or do you want to add anything?
How can I just say how improvisation has impacted me? Because I think
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what my career was.
Improv kasi has given me a roadmap. Like it has taught me. It came at the time when I was having a hard time in my life, because I am a diagnosed case of psoriasis vulgaris. It's an autoimmune disease that affects not only my skin but my joints, my vessels, the heart, and the kidneys. So um, there was a time that I think depression overtook me. So improv actually helped me um, come out of my shell,
Mhm.
and also meet other like-minded people. So I thought that improv was just going to teach me how to be funny on stage or perform.
Correct.
But then through the course of school, I realized that it's so much more than that. And that's not the primary goal. The primary goal, for me, I think, is really just to develop you as a person.
Sure.
So it taught me to not be ashamed of my truth, or at least to be more accepting and forgiving of myself. And that's actually what we use, diba? Because since we don't have a script, whenever we do exercises or we create scenes on stage, we can only rely on our experiences. The experiences we went through, stuff we saw, people that we talked to, the books that we read, and those are the things that we bring on stage, as us. So improv actually taught me to value my experiences,
Mhm.
and that I can use these to actually create something out of nothing. So yun, and it also gave me the mindset of the improvising mindset, like being open to a lot of offers given by other people, and not only that, but actually adding on to um, what is being offered.
Correct.
It taught me a lot of things, especially how to listen, how to fully listen in the sense that um, not only should I try while you're talking, not only am I supposed to like just listen so I know what I can say or how when to enter the conversation, but actually to really take in what you're saying.
Correct.
Because that is how, you know, improvisers are, it's like they're just being in the moment. And those are some of the tenets that are actually valuable also in life. So that's what PlayMD aims to bring that into the medical field.
Okay. So the other question or the follow-up question was, ano yung naging impact ng client sa'yo?
It,
Do you think, or do you think you have met your goals? Or is it an ongoing process?
okay. So, to answer your first question, ano yung impact sa akin? I think it's big kasi um, parang it has made me realize what I'm passionate about. And it has given me like a direction that I want to take applied improvisation to. You know, I want to share it with a lot of people in the medical and paramedical fields because I know that it can actually help them deliver better patient care and also, ultimately collaborate with each other. So that is the impact. And I think the mere fact that PlayMD exists means that ang laki talaga at ang lakas ng dating sa akin ng improvisation.
Yeah.
Am I satisfied? Not yet. Not at all. Because I think we've gone through the phase where we've introduced what improv is through virtual and face-to-face games or play sessions. But moving forward, I have so many dreams or goals. So like, for example, I want to be able to work with medical students so that give them support or as an adjunct tool for patient-doctor relationship, which eventually will reflect on better patient care. So give them the tools such as how to listen better to your patients using the verbal and non-verbal clues, how to work well with non-medical staff or paramedical staff, how to collaborate as a team, how to be able to communicate ideas, to patients and actually listen to patients so that, the patients can actually better explain what they're going through, so that's one goal for medical students. There's another goal that I'm working on, which we will have a session this coming February, which is helping scientists with science communication. So I hope it pushes through, but we are scheduled to have a pilot 2-day workshop with the biologists of the Institute of Biology in the University of the Philippines, Diliman. And we're excited about that. We're hoping that we can actually help them better deliver the messages of their research and their scientific knowledge through the power of storytelling and improvisation. So that's another goal. This is a long-term goal, but I hope that we can actually create awareness and momentum so that other med schools and institutions can take notice, and hopefully in the future we incorporate medical or clinical improvisation in the curriculum of medical students. But that's a long-term goal. But
It's a long-term
yes. But my immediate goals are, so far we just really need to be partners with some institutions. Hopefully, some of the doctors will notice what improvisation can offer to the medical field.
May nag-message dito. Ano daw, mag-expand ba daw ang PlayMD? Kasi dalawa lang kayo.
Yeah.
Hindi ba kayo nahihirapan? At saka ano yung challenges?
Thank you for that. There's if you're asking me personally, I haven't really talked to Aline, but if you ask me personally, there's always room for more people, especially
Yes. Like me.
especially kasi
I've
si
been
Gabe,
helping out.
si Gabe, he's been such a nice
Supporter.
collaborator and supporter. You know, we've asked him to help out in several sessions and also in technical aspects. So not only as an improviser but also as a very very good technical support. But to answer your question, one of the goals is really to expand because it's really about sharing knowledge, and it's
Yeah.
not just about like, oh, kaming gagawa and then you just support. It's actually really empowering everyone so that we can reach more people and we can become more efficient in our processes. So hopefully, because there are a lot of ngayon, I think a number of doctors graduating from their improv classes. You know, hopefully if they're interested, if they see this, please reach out because we really love to welcome you and be partners with you. And also even non-medical people, you know, I think especially it doesn't you don't I believe that, you know, if you have a medical background, that's an advantage because you actually know what these students and doctors are going through every day in their fields, right? But even if you don't have a medical degree or even that experience, just simply, you know, being like a person, you know, who really knows how or wants to learn how to listen well and work well with people, and you know, that's really important. So I think PlayMD is very very much open to growth, and hopefully we grow. It's just that we just began with 2 kasi
Parang kayo siya.
kasi you know, we were in the same location and served circle of friends, and it just happened that, you know, we are both doctors. You know, we trained at the same institution at the PGH, so we knew each other. I even knew Aline even before he became an improviser. So that's our connection. But hopefully, if the need arises and if we are called to respond to this, hopefully we have room for everyone. Kasi that would be great. Like really like a nice like hopefully like a organization or like a you know,
corporation
or an NGO or something like that. That would be great. But we're starting small and simple. We're taking it one day at a time, and we're actually grateful for the opportunities that have been coming our way, and we're excited. You know, we're excited. So if you're watching, Sana, if you're interested in what medical improvisation is or what clinical improvisation is, please do drop us a line or
kung gusto yung makipag-collab.
yes.
Wait, Aline is specialty.
Aline is a gastroenterologist.
Oh, okay.
So he trained in gastroenterologist. I trained in radiology. We are both improvisers, and we want to own the fact that we are medical improvisers. Recently I read something about clinical improvisation. Medical improvisation is again the applying the tenets, principles, and exercises of improvisation to healthcare. So to promote better collaboration, communication, and consequently, doctor and patient well-being. All right. What I recently read about clinical improvisation, the name of the guy who quoted it really just escapes my mind, but it's actually targeted naman towards medical students. But in essence, I think it's basically the same.
The same, yeah.
It's really just helping out healthcare using the tools of improvisation. So it's exciting.
It is.
As far as we're concerned, we're the only ones doing it right now in
At
the
the moment,
Philippines,
yeah,
yeah. Or we're the only ones who plan to do it. So we're trying to, inch our way into the general medical community, and um, we hope that we attract attention so that they can actually become interested in and see for themselves. Because so far naman, parang wala kaming bad reviews.
maganda naman yung
Hopefully,
feedback.
I hope so. Yeah, yeah. We've so far everything's been positive, and we've had amazing feedback from people. So parang nagugulat sila na
Meron pala.
and it's like this. It's like, like we can do from simple games, you can actually discover a lot of things about you. And the nice thing about it is it really resets or gives you the mindset so that when you go out into the real world and handle patients, parang hopefully because of what you learned, you can actually apply it and become better doctors.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Reminders or any advice to those who would like to, venture into the field of medical improv
Medical.
or improv in general?
Okay. Ang advice ko, if you guys are interested, maybe in the future kasi our also goal, one of the things that I wanted to delve into is also actually to partner with the youth. So we can actually do, let's say, leadership workshops or, parang self-development courses or, programs using improvisation. But if you are interested in what we do, hopefully we have like teasers in the future, especially if you're a medical practitioner. So you can actually get an idea of how improv is and how it can be used in teaching students or in improving collaboration in medical teams.
Right.
But if right now, if you're really interested in improvisation per se, there's a good school in the Philippines, and I think it's the only school in the Philippines. No, actually, there was another one, but no. We're graduates of Third World Improv, and try it out. They offer teasers and classes regularly, and they are the best at what they do, and we are here because of them. So if you're interested in improvisation, do check them out. And malay nyo, you might like it. And then if you want to go into applied improvisation or even talk about medical improvisation, then drop us a line.
Yeah. Thank you. Do you have anything else to promote? Like in Facebook and Instagram, social media.
Thank you. We are playmd.ph on Facebook and on Instagram. So usually we respond when we read it, but if we don't kagad, please be patient.
Yeah, malamang nasa.
Yeah, but but if you are interested, you can look at the posts and
just put it clearly.
Yes, and if you're interested in scheduling a session with your team, with your residents or your department, just send us a line or drop us a message and let's collaborate.
That's Instagram, and Instagram is
playmd.ph. Yeah, the same. Same on Facebook.
Well, that was fun. I had a fun time.
Yeah.
In this interview. Thank you for sharing your knowledge regarding improv and medical improv. Because it's something new. I mean, matagal na improv and a lot of people do improv, but medical improv is another aspect of it.
Right.
And I'm glad that you guys are doing it.
Thanks.
For our frontliners, and so we thank you, doctors Karandang and Dr. Dongpo.
One interesting note is that when Aline and I were talking about doing PlayMD, we had this goal of sana we become obsolete. Kasi when we were doing it at the height of the pandemic, parang we just offered it as like an alternative to going on because we didn't have anything else to do.
Correct.
So when we were doing it, our goal was just to do it as long as merong pandemic, and hopefully when the pandemic stops, people won't need us anymore to do virtual sessions, then we will stop. But through the course of it kasi, that's what I told him. I don't want them to just go to us or ask us to just have a good time with them. I really just wanted to, for them to have specific objectives, you know, and we wanted to hit those objectives using improvised play. So that's how we evolved. And hopefully, our evolution continues with your help and with your collaboration. So we're excited. So please drop us a line.
I'm also excited, guys. If you're interested, just send them a message so Facebook or Instagram, or you could course your messages through me also.
Yes.
Strengthening the Looters.
Yes.
Thank you, Toto, for guesting sa podcast.
Thanks, Gabe. Thank you. Matagal namin pinag-usapan to, let's do that, but we just didn't have the time. Right. But now we have the opportunity. So maraming salamat for inviting me. Or us. Yeah.
Sayang wala si Dr. Lomboy or si Adin. So maybe we'll have another session.
Maybe we can do
an annual thing.
or like maybe the next session we can play games or exercises.
Ay, do you want it?
We can, as long as you're game.
I'm game. Wala lang akong maisip.
Sige. Maybe we can do Monster. You know how to play that? You remember how to play that?
I think so.
Okay. So the way we play this is this is a game for listening, collaboration, you know, and teamwork primarily. So what we're gonna do is we're going to I'm gonna ask for a harmless object, and what's gonna happen is that object is going to become a monster, and the two of us will tell a story about how that happens and how we are able to defeat that monster. But we can only do so by saying one word at a time.
At a time.
All right?
Okay.
So ang mangyayari is that, so there's gonna be like an object, it's gonna become a monster, and we're gonna defeat the monster, and we're gonna tell that story as if we're one person, but we can only say one word at a time each. All right?
Okay.
Game na. This is going to be quick lang, no? It's going to be quick lang. So ang mangyayari, we're just gonna defeat, so we'll try 2 times, defeat the monster.
Okay.
3 times, and then like use 3 objects to defeat it, and then that's it. Okay? All right. So this is the nature of improv, right?
Toothpick.
Okay.
You'll start. You'll start.
Any, sige.
Okay.
So this is monster toothpick. 1, 2, 3. Monster toothpick. Isang
gabi,
pumunta
ako
sa
supermarket
para
bumili
ng
toothpick.
Pumunta
ako
sa
toothpick.
Kinuha
Ko
ang
toothpick.
at
Lumaki
ng ang
toothpick.
sabi
Niya,
oh
tutusukin.
kita
Mamamatay.
ka
Natakot.
ako
Sumigaw
ako
ng
shit kumuha
ako
ng
kutsilyo
at
sinaksak
ko
ang
toothpick
sabi
ng
toothpick.
ha ha ha
Walang
nagagawa
ang
kutsilyo
kumuha
ako
ng
tabo
hinampas
ko
ang
toothpick
sabi
niya
walang
magagawa
ang
tabo
kumuha
ako
ng
sometimes
thumbtacks tinusok
ko
ang
toothpick
at
biglang
naputol
at
lumiit
ang
toothpick
pinulot
ko
ang
toothpick
At
Sinubo.
sa
Ngipin.
ko
Tinanggal.
ang
Tinga.
monster toothpick. So in those exercises, how we would debrief this is like parang how you feel, right? How was it for you? Ang nangyari is usually it's also giving up of control. So you really just have to listen to your partner and go where the flow goes takes you, where the story takes you. No? When we play this, a lot of people have fun, but at the same time they realize that it's really what true listening is,
Yes.
and being in the moment, not getting ahead of yourself and creating stuff way ahead before. So, and it's really being present with each other because we were creating the story together.
Katakot yung toothpick. Well, thank you for that. It was so fun.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Yeah, it's so much fun playing, but find out for yourself. Send us a message and you'll see.
Natin kayo na may improv shows. Yeah, I think we have a lot
Yeah.
this year kasi nag-lift na yung, medyo nag-lift na yung pandemic.
Right,
So,
right.
improv groups are coming back to do shows.
Yeah, show them support, no? Show them the love and support. Maraming mga shows. Search online. There's a lot of them. So
Yeah, I did. I interviewed sessionistas last
Right,
time.
right.
So, I think they're going to have a Valentine show.
nice.
diba? And
Hopefully sana makashow tayo.
before. But thank you, Toto, for guesting.
Thank you,
That
Gabe,
was-
for having me.
That
Thank you.
was so fun.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Nakakamiss siya.
Okay. So, guys, that's another ride of 99 Yellow Cars. Thank you for listening and watching sa YouTube. Follow me also on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. 99 Yellow Cars. Bye, guys. Thank you.